Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, another podcast. If you haven't watched the last podcast of me talking about the Memorial Tournament, post it. You need to go watch it. There's just some exclusive behind the scenes. I ended up going to the practice round, took some videos. I've been uploading some videos on my Instagram, on my TikTok, on my Facebook, yada yada. We've been uploading just bits and pieces here and there. Did I throw this polo on for this video? Maybe. I don't know. Okay? I needed somewhere to hang my mic. So don't, I thought it matched. This is a little out of the box for me. I wouldn't probably wear this on the course. But it came in a golf subscription. And just go with it, okay? Today we're going to talk about post-Memorial. A lot of stuff happened. We're going to talk about my golf game, a couple things that I did this week, some new purchases, some cool things. So first thing, let's talk about the Memorial Tournament. So the one thing that a lot of people have been talking about is the fact that Jon Rahm was beating the brakes off everybody, and then after the third round, he ended up having to withdraw because he tested positive for COVID. I made a Twitter video talking about how I thought it was BS, and the dude's he was gonna win. Okay, the scores, he would have had to shoot 6 over for those guys to even tie him. For Patrick and Colin, they went into the playoffs. For those guys to even compete with John had to shoot 6 over that day. He just wasn't going to do that. So I was a little bit upset because I don't know if I talked about it, but I'm not always the biggest Jon Rahm fan. But this made me more like him more. The fact that I liked him when he was playing good, but when he's complaining all the time and being whiny, that's when I just can't stand watching him. But he was playing good and he was enjoyable to watch last weekend. I think one round he was 7 under. He's 7 birdies with a hole in one. That's an incredible round. He set the record for the best score there, or his best 54 hole score. I mean, dude was gonna win. And then if you didn't see the clip on hole 18, after he got done, he had a 6-shot lead. They're like, hey, basically you tested positive for COVID. They made him withdraw. What I was saying was the fact that they make him withdraw, but anybody who played with him that weekend, I mean, yeah, golf is kind of you're not all up in each other, guarding if you were basketball. But the thing is you're on the tee box with them. You're talking to these guys majority of the time you're around them. So, I've heard rumors. I don't know what is true. I've heard that they get tested every day. So maybe Thursday he got, or wait, was it Thursday? So, Friday he tested. Results came back Saturday, or he tested Saturday morning and results came back after his round. So, I mean, the thing is the dude had COVID. He probably had COVID the whole week. Everybody who was in his vicinity, not social distance, should have had to withdraw as well. That's my opinion. That's just my opinion. And if they didn't want those guys to withdraw, which I said it would have made it interesting because the guys that he were playing with was at the top of the leaderboard. Excuse me. Those guys would have had to withdraw as well. Now you're looking at the middle of the pack that, was just trying to get, an extra placement for an extra couple $1,000s. But no, they just made him withdraw. He ended up, he would have won that. The other thing that you got to think about is John would have won that. He would have been back-to-back champion like that. He would have won that back-to-back, and I don't think anybody's done that in Memorial. So he'd have been the first person to do that. They just stripped that away from him. I thought that was horse. And then afterwards, I don't have it. I don't know what the statement was. I'll try to look it up real quick. But Jon Rahm put something on his Twitter, which made me automatically think that Jon Rahm doesn't run his Twitter. So here it is. He said, I'm very disappointed in having to withdraw from the Memorial Tournament. This is one of those things that happens in life, one of those moments where how we respond to a setback defines us as people. I'm very thankful that my family and I are all okay. I will take all the necessary precautions to be safe and healthy, and I look forward to returning to the golf course as soon as possible. Thank you to all the fans for their support, and I'm looking forward to watching the showdown tomorrow afternoon with you all. If you think for 1 minute that Jon Rahm actually wrote that and tweeted that, you are high as a kite. There ain't no way that Jon Rahm wrote that. He's got somebody running his social media for him because that man is probably pissed. Someone typed that up from him, said, hey, this is what probably happened. He probably had like a publicist or something. Type this up for him. Everybody's wanting to hear from Jon. So they sent it to Jon. He cropped it out in notes. And then, boom, he tweeted it. I know that's not what he's thinking. He was pissed. I know. You got to be pissed. You're beating the brakes off everybody. You're about to win $1.7 million. You're setting all these records. And you're going to... come on. You got it. Come on, man. Jon is he's a little bit of a hothead. I mean, he's a young gun. I think I found out he's like 24, 26 or something, which is crazy. I thought he was older than that. He ain't tweeting this. I can tell you right now. And then a lot of people were like bagging him for not getting the vaccine and stuff, and whatever. I think it's dumb. The other thing is it's in I heard someone talking about it. I'm not sure whether he's going to be able to golf in the Open. I think they're going to be a little bit lenient with him, and they're going to let him golf in the Open, which, yeah, you should 100%. I was saying in the Twitter video that I made, I was saying, honestly, COVID's not affecting him. He's not putting himself in danger. His caddy 1,000,000% has it as well. So there's like a lot of things that you can do here, right? You could have Jon wear a mask. You could put him in his own group. Because here's the thing. You can have like Colin and Patrick tee off and then have Jon tee off after him and play. I guarantee more people are going to watch Jon than Patrick and Colin. Guaranteed. Not like on TV and probably at the actual event. So, I don't know. I just think it's kind of lame that they told him, they're like, hey, you're going to have to withdraw from the tournament. I would have been pissed. I would have been like, and then the other thing is like, I think I seen Foreplay did I watched their podcast. They're saying like, if you watch the video of them breaking it to Jon, the guy's like patting him on the back, and then like he's walking up around all these fans. I'm sure they're like trying to give him high fives and stuff. It's like you're missing the point. But it turns out that it was between Colin and Patrick. Colin Morikawa and Patrick Cantlay. I had my money on Colin. I'm just going to be honest. And Colin made a lot of mistakes. He should have won, in my opinion. When I talk about this is excluding Jon. Colin should have won. I know when they went to the playoff hole, I always said birdie wins. Birdie wins. And the first playoff hole, I can't exactly remember. They both, they had to go to a second one. They both missed the green. Both of them. And Patrick almost bombed. Like, on the first one, Patrick almost hit a bomb for a putt, and Colin got lucky there. But I want to talk about two strokes that I know for sure that Colin puts in, he wins this. Now, I'm in no way trying to bash on Colin. If you watched the last episode, the pre, I wanted him to win, honestly. The dude was super nice to me when I had my interactions with him. So I was rooting for him. I was. So this isn't bashing Colin at any. I'm just saying that, we could probably go through everybody's round and pinpoint the one stroke that lost them. But I want to say these two shots that I'm going to show, that I'm going to talk about, really screwed Colin. His luck just wasn't there. The first one was it was a par 3. He's notorious for hitting the pin off the tee box. He did it again. Had a perfect shot. Wind brought it back right into right towards the pin, and it lands, rolls right up, hits the pin, and then goes around the pin, and then goes about a foot. There's one stroke right there for sure that puts Colin up. And then the other one was they talked about the rough a lot this weekend. I agree the rough was pretty bad. I didn't think it was terrible, but I was there Wednesday, and the grass Wednesday to Sunday can change a lot. But I know that they made like a compilation PGA Tour on their Instagram of people, like saying, the rough's hard and comparing it to Winged Foot. I personally think the rough around here is not hard. Like, there's a lot of courses around where I live where the rough is not fun. Like, you have to dig this out just to get the ball out. This is the Midwest, so it rains a lot here, and it takes I'm pretty sure it takes them a lot to keep this manicured, with how much the grass is probably growing. But that rough was pretty bad. It was pretty high, and they had one shot. Colin did. He was the ball was sitting down, so the ball was sitting way down, and I mean he could put his whole shoe in there, and you couldn't see he can just be standing. You couldn't see his shoe. The grass came up to past his ankles. So he had one where I'm guessing the ball was sitting on top of the grass a little bit, so there was room under that you can get the club under there. And I know it's probably a touchy thing where when you're addressing the ball as a professional, we all do it. Like, if it's in a rough and it's fluffed up, you're sitting the ball right behind, and if it moves the ball, I'm pretty sure professionally that's a stroke. Because I know there's been a tournament where John got a penalty for it. So I think when you dress the ball, you have to dress it farther away so it doesn't move the grass and have a chance to improve the lie. That's basically what it is. So what happened was it was sitting up on the grass like this, and you had all that room under, and he was just trying to pop it up and get it to land because he didn't have much room between, where he needed to get to the green. And what I think he did is he just went straight under, just didn't hit the ball at all. This all grass, got under it, was thinking maybe it would just pop straight up, went straight under it, didn't even touch the ball, and the ball just fell right in the grass. And then what I think after that is after he moved the grass from it sitting, it laid, and he was able to get down and pop it up and get it out. So I know that's two shots right there that if Colin doesn't mess up on those, or if he doesn't mess up on that, which it's tough, obviously, or that hole-in-one falls, it's over. But I like I said, I'm sure that there's shots that we can go back and watch Patrick's highlights of the week, and I know there's probably shots like saying, "Oh yeah, if he would have done this, if he would have done that, he would have won." So I'm just nitpicking at Colin because I wanted Colin to win. I wanted John to win before he was forced to withdraw. Then after he withdrew, I was rooting for Colin. So a lot of people are talking about now that Patrick won. He's won it twice. I think the only other person who has done that is Tiger. Tiger won in 1999, and then he won in 20-something. I don't know. But, no, 1991. It was a while ago. And then he won again, and I think Patrick's the only one besides Tiger to do that. That's what it feels bad for John, because he was going to do that and be back-to-back. So that is just unfortunate. Now, everybody, I know the foreplay guys, I love them. I love watching the foreplay guys. I love watching their podcasts, their videos. They were talking about how they think that Patrick should give some money to John, which I completely agree. The man had it, right? But you also got to think in Patrick's position, he hasn't won much, and he's got this bag. He's not, are you going to be the good guy is basically what it is. Are you going to be the good guy? And, what if they have a bad history? What if they have a good history, and he doesn't give it, and John's pissed at him? I think personally that they should compensate John something, okay? What they should have done was just lowered the purse, give like 25% of the purse to John. I mean, the dude was going to win. I think 13 under was the win. Was a winning score. Dude was 18 under, had a whole 18 holes left. I'm saying John would have probably been anywhere from 22 to 24 under at the end of the week. All of his rounds, I'm saying 22 to 24 under. Dude was lights out. I understand Sunday the conditions were probably a little bit tougher. It did start raining on them towards the tail end of their round, which I think is funny just because, like, welcome to the Midwest. And, yeah, I'm just a little disappointed in how it was handled. But the other thing is how do you handle it? I think majority of the people who watch golf aren't soft. They're not going to care whether someone has COVID or not, but that it's going to get nitpicked somewhere. It just is. So, let's go ahead and talk about Palmetto. Palmetto is the new tournament that's coming up now. Not a whole lot of people going. Not a whole lot. My phone's over there. I was on FanDuel, put up a bet. I was looking at the people there. I'll kind of scroll through here. There's like 3 people that I can see like that are gonna be in the top 5. I'm just gonna call it right now. So I'm just going to go down here and name a couple people that I notice. We got Tommy Fleetwood, Sanjay. I'm just kind of scrolling down. I don't know a lot of these people. Dustin Johnson, Kevin Kisner. Where the heck did these other guys go? Brooks Koepka. Let's just talk about those guys, right? A lot of these other guys are small. Matt Fitzpatrick's in it, which Ian Poulter's in it. Brooks Koepka. Now I'm getting to the names. But honestly, I'm surprised Brooks is golfing in this. I think it's going to be a head-to-head showdown between Brooks and Dustin, and I think that there's a possibility of Tommy Fleetwood coming out of nowhere with a haymaker, and he might end up walking away with this. I think Brooks is a good enough golfer. DJ has kind of just been, down in the trenches a little bit. He could come out of nowhere. He could. So like I said, Tommy, you always gotta play Tommy, especially with this lineup. You gotta play Tommy in this. But I'm putting my money on Brooks. I just am. It seems like that's the right choice. He played well at the major, and I don't even know where this is at. South Carolina. So that might change some things up. I'm pretty sure DJ is from South North Carolina, one of those two. This might be a place where he's pretty familiar with. It might be dangerous. I don't know who won last year. Let's see who won last year. Palmetto Championship winner 2020. Did they even play it last year? They might not have even played, and it's gonna make me read. It doesn't give me a picture. That makes no sense. Okay, I'll try one more thing. Who won the Palmetto Championship in 2020? Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm putting my money on Brooks. So, wow, we've cruised through this pretty well. Like I said, I don't know if you've watched any of the last episode. I recommend you highly go you go watch it. I mean, I have videos of Peyton Manning, Tony Finau, Ricky Fowler, Colin Morikawa, JT, Jordan, Cameron Smith, Bubba Watson, Victor Hovland. I mean, it was a great lineup last week, and I'm glad I went. So if you haven't watched that, make sure you go watch that episode of it on the YouTube. I haven't put these on Spotify yet, so I haven't had people been really requesting it, so I'm not in the biggest rush to get it on Spotify. I like personally watching podcasts as well as listening to them. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll throw in an earbud, I'll be watching, and I'll kind of be doing something else, but I always go back to it, watching it when I hear something interesting they're talking about. So let's talk about this week. I have been thinking about my golf game personally, and I've been trying to improve. I want to get in the 70s. I want to start shooting 70s every time. I'm anywhere between, like, I think I shot a 78 last weekend, and then I also shot like an 84. So I'm in there, you know. I want to get in the 70s all the time, especially with this tournament coming up, this Lefties tournament that's coming up. I didn't call and get checks. I forgot to do something responsible. Especially with this tournament coming up, I want to do well in it. I think I can do well. I think there's probably going to be only like a couple guys in there who are just like lights out. But if I win it, that'd be dope. I got to get my game together. So I'm thinking, what do I do? What are my strengths? My strengths are off the tee. Off the tee, usually I'm pretty good. That driver, that ping driver, it's freaking so nice. I'm getting real used to it. I'm standing over it confident, knowing what the ball flight's going to look like, how far it's going to go. I've had a few episodes where I was topping it, which is hilarious because in my 84 round, I actually was like really bad off the tee like 3 times. So, basically, I've been looking at my game. My short game's not very good. My putting's okay. I hit some monster putts the 84 round. Like a lot of like long birdie putts that were just falling. And I was like looking at my wedge game. And so I ended up going on Friday. I ended up going to a store here. And I was looking at wedges. I was thinking about going with ping only. They had the ping glide 3.0s. And at the store, they had a 60 and they had a 56. And then they had a 52 2.0. So I hit the 2.0 and I was like, okay, this is sweet. And then I was like, well, those 3.0s, can I hit the 3.0s? So I hit those and I found out that this whole time, I've been judged by my yardages way off, like bad. I thought my 52 was a 120 club. It's not. It's 100 to 110. I thought my 56 was a 100-yard club. It's not. It's like an 80-yard club. Like if I'm putting it in the middle of my stance and just making nice contact, 80 yards. I can probably put it in the back of my stance and kind of compress it more. I can get it 100 yards then. And then my 60, I didn't even hit a 60. So I think what I'm going to do, which I've already ordered them. So I went with the pings, and I was like, well, I need to fill my yardages. So I hit my pitching wedge about, minimum 150. I can hit it between about 160 and 150. And I was like, I need something because I have a huge gap between 150 yards. Like, I end up there a lot, especially par threes. Like, I end up there a lot. So I ended up deciding I found out that my pitching wedge degree was 44 degrees. So I was like, okay, I get 44 degrees. That means I probably need to get a 48 degree and a 52 degree and a 56 degree. Because I don't use my 60 that much. And I use the 54 all around the green. Everywhere. I never, ever use a 60. So I'm like, I'm going to get a 56. That'll be my lowest lofted club. I'll be fine with that. Well, then I was looking at Ping. They don't offer the 48 degree. So I was like, okay, what about Titleist? So I talked to the dude, and they had the new SM8 Vokies there. They had a 56. I hit that, and I was hitting it dead straight. It was like a 5-yard difference, like a gap of how I was hitting it, like a spread. So I ended up buying the 56 SM8 wedge. I love it. It's great. I love it so much that the next day I ended up going out. Par 4, bottlenecks. You basically have to lay up. You can't hit a driver. I think it was like 220 to the end of the fairway. So I hit a 5-iron. Get a 5-iron up there. It's into the wind. Hit a 9-iron. End up about 30 yards from the green left. Pull out this new wedge. The first time I've used it on the course, chipped in. Not kidding. So I was like, okay, that's got to be destiny. I got to be on the right track. So when I came home that night, I had the 56 right now. It's great. I'll show you it. Hold on. Let me grab it. Ow, fuck. Hit my toe. So I've used it 2 rounds so far, I think. And it's pretty. It's a nice club. It is a nice club. And if you didn't, I mean, obviously I'm a lefty. There you go. It's pretty sick. I like it a lot. Nice grip on it, which I've already gotten dirty because I went out and used it the other day. And so I came home. I ordered a 48 degree and I ordered a 52 degree of the SM8 Vokie wedge. So we're going to have whole new wedges. And then the other thing is I'm trying to stay brand loyal. I know that sounds stupid to some people because usually you hit the club that best fits you. If you have let's say you have a Titleist driver and you have a Callaway 3-wood and you have Ping irons and you have Vokie wedges and you have a TaylorMade putter, no one really cares, right? I like to keep it brand loyal, so I'm sticking with, I'm wanting to stick with Ping and Titleist. So these are the balls that I used to use, which I'll talk about this in a second. I love these balls. Just because they're orange, they're easy to putt with. But since I am getting away from Callaway and TaylorMade, I'm actually switching up. I'm going to go to Pro V1s. Just because Titleist, everybody uses the Pro V1s that I like watching. The only people who uses the picks that is Ricky Fowler. He's the only one that I know that uses it. He's the reason I started using them. I do enjoy them. But I got some Pro V1s in today, so we're gonna start using Pro V1s with these wedges. So if I'm getting away from TaylorMade, I have a TaylorMade Spider putter. I tried out some putters at the PGA Superstore, and I think I'm gonna get a Ping putter. They felt nice, they looked cool. The new 2021s that came out, they're pretty sick. So eventually, it's gonna be Ping putter. Titleist wedges. I have Callaway irons, which those are probably going to stay in the bag this year, just because I don't want to spend $1,000 on irons right now. I mean, we're halfway through summer. I think it'd be smarter just to save, and we'll get fitted this winter on some Ping irons. Might be able to get the 2022 ones. You never know. And then go with the G425 3 hybrid, 3-wood, and driver. I'm still in between whether or not I should get the 3 hybrid or get it like a driving iron. I don't know. Get a 3 iron. I still don't know. I'm up in the air. So I'm trying to go brand loyal. We're trying to go Ping and Titleist. That's what we're trying to go. So, like I said, the TaylorMade TP5 picks right now are going to be put on hold. We're going to see. I'm going to try the Pro V1, see how they treat me, see how I like them, and we'll go from there. But I have a story about this specific golf ball right here. The round that I shot said, not 79, 84. Where did I shoot 79 at? Oh, no, this was a 79 round. Okay. 78, 7 over. So, me and my buddy just went out. I decided to not record. We were running a little bit behind anyways. It's usually busy out there, so when you have a camera, people like to blame the pace of play on a camera. So I just went out and played, which I think helps me score better because I'm not worried about, commentating between shots. I'm not worried about, getting the right camera angle, setting my camera up, grabbing it, doing all this stuff. Like, it's just a lot of extra work. And it would be nice to have a videographer that just recorded me casually playing so I didn't have to worry about it. But we're a long way from that, trust me. We're a long way from being at that stage of a content creator. So I was just playing. We were playing pretty good. I wasn't doing bad. And we end up going around the turn on 10. The front, we were playing behind these guys that were really, really slow. They're pissing us off. When people mess with my pace of play, it really makes me like play worse. Like I'm like Brooks. I tee off, get in the cart, go to my ball, get the yardage, get the club, couple practice swings, hit the ball, repeat. I mean, from when I hit the ball to when I'm hitting the next ball, it's like 3 minutes. Like, I can play pretty quick. I know the last time I played by myself in a cart, it was under 2 hours. Well, yeah, under 2 hours. So, I can play pretty quick. Yeah, how long was that? I think it was 1 hour and 48 minutes. I think that's the exact time that it took me to play 18 by myself, recording. Was I recording? I don't know if I was recording or not. But when my pace of play gets messed with, it really bothers me mentally. Just mentally bothers me because you're standing over this. You'll hit your shot, you'll go up, you'll get your yardage, you'll get your club, take a couple press swings. Then you have to stand and wait for these people for like a couple minutes, and it just throws me off. Well, we went on the turn. They let us play off a tee off 10. Hit a freaking bomb on 10. Went right, and then I chipped on, and I one-putted. Birdie, okay? The next hole. So the next hole's coming up. You have, it's like no fairway, and you have like 170 yards to a creek. And then it's a patch of fairway, then 280 yards out from the tee is another creek. So you have this small gap that you got to hit in. Well, I come up, boom, hit my driver 15 yards right. Like 15 yards, like the distance was 15 yards right. I topped it. It went just right in between these two trees. So I go over there, grab a 4-iron. I'm like, you just lay up. Just get in the fairway so we can try to get par. Okay. Boom. Hit my 4-iron. Goes perfect. And lands right in the middle of the fairway. We got 172 out. And we had it's uphill. It's a 2-tier green. So if you're looking at from here, the left side is the upper tier. It goes down into the right side, which is the lower tier. Into the wind, 172 yards, 7-iron. Hit a nice contact 7-iron. Pins on the back left on the upper tier. Boom, hit it. All of a sudden, it starts rising and fading a little bit. Gets on that upper tier. It bounces once, goes like right on the pin. Bounces towards the pin. My buddy's like, hey, I think that's in. So I knew I hit a good shot. I was happy with it. I knew that I was on the upper tier. But I was just looking to hit the green, honestly. I wasn't aiming for the pin. I was just looking to hit the green because I can putt up that tier. And if you're on the upper tier, it's a little bit tougher. You're putting downhill and you don't want to go down that tier. So I walk up there. I grab my wedge. I grab my putter just in case it goes on the backside. I walk to the backside. No ball on the green. Walk up to the hole. What do I found? This guy sitting in the bottom of the hole. So I hold out from 172. That is the farthest that I've ever holed out from. The farthest before was 60 yards with a 60 degree, ironically. And now it is 6-6-21. I had a 7-iron, number 11, and I holed out from 172 yards. I took a picture. I could probably put the picture up because I was in a shitty mood because I hit the drive really bad, and I was like, bro, you just birdied, and now you're gonna hit the 15 yards. So then, yeah, I chipped in. I holed out from 170 yards for a birdie, which is hilarious. So I still in the albatross train. Like, I want to get an albatross. I want to get a hole-in-one, but I figured I'd save this ball because I knew I was changing balls soon. And when I start cranking out these hole-in-ones, I'm going to get one of those ball displays, and this will be the first one in there. So I thought that was pretty cool. But yeah, guys, I think that's all I have for this week. Like I said, if you haven't checked out the last podcast, like pre-Memorial Tournament, go check that out. We've also been uploading some other videos. I got a new series coming on the way. It's the 50 state series. I just got to edit it, honestly. And then we're going to be shooting more content. I got a scramble this weekend that I'm probably not going to record. I will have to play around this weekend for you guys next week. And yeah. So if you guys enjoyed, make sure you drop a like. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Turn on the notifications. Also, if you want to, follow me on my other platforms, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, BradTheLefty on all those. And if you guys have anything you want me to talk about in the next episode, which will be next week, I think we're going to start coming out with these. I was going to say a Wednesday, but I think Monday might be a better thing since I'm going to be doing watching the tournaments and going over like how the tournament was, my thoughts and opinions on it, who won, yada yada. It'd be better to get it out the next day than Wednesday and let it sit on. But I appreciate you guys watching. And yeah, like I said, drop a like, subscribe, turn on the notifications, follow me on all the other socials. And now we'll talk to you guys later. Okay, Mrs. Steez? Peace out.